Hello, everybody. This is Real Talk Radio with Savannah Justine, bringing you the public affairs that affects you. You guys, it's another Sunday, and I hope everybody is feeling fabulous. I know I am, and you guys, it's feeling like spring is in the air. The weather is fluctuating, things are changing, flowers are about to bud, the birds are chirping, and that means summer is just right around the corner, you guys. And you know what's important about spring cleaning. I got the opportunity to be able to go to the 2026 Inspired Home Show as a journalist to bring you the information you need about bringing inspiration to your home. You guys, spring is a time for spring cleaning, and as always, it is important for us to take out the old and bring in new and improved things that will allow us to elevate and operate at a better level. You guys, I can't wait to share some of these interviews that I got to speak to with some of these CEOs, some of these creators, some of these inventors about things that you can put in your home that will make your home better. Now, as always, this is just a suggestion for you guys. You don't have to take it, but of course, I'm going to give you all the information so you can go search it up yourself and freely look up what you want to do with your home. You guys, let's get into the show.
So, okay, it's an Australian brand.
Mm-hmm.
The brand name is Cuisine Pro.
Cuisine Pro. Okay.
Yes, but what we've done is we've set up a shop-in-shop concession space. So it's about building. What we saw was there was a massive opportunity to disrupt. Yeah? So you like the word disruption?
I do.
Yeah? Okay. To disrupt.
Shake things up.
Yeah, to shake things up, to disrupt the homewares market.
Okay.
Because what we found was that people weren't giving enough love to knives. And so what we did was we created a shop-in-shop concept where the custom chef, we called it, so it's about finding the perfect knife for you.
Let's look.
And the perfect knife talks about the how does it feel, how does it handle, the look, the feel, the style, and what steel it is. So German or Japanese steel. So we created the custom chef. So it's not just about just buying one product or one block. It's about buying and getting into an experience. So what we do is we welcome. So you're looking and seeing, rather than what we saw was, we saw a lot of retailers in the US that didn't give enough love to knives. So you would see a lot of empty shelves. There was no maintenance. There was no replenishment. They were never in stock. Pricing was a bit all over the place. So we went, okay, COVID happened, and we said, let's bring some fun back into stores, bring some more life and into the retail world. Yeah. And we created an experience where you had to kind of go, okay, we're going to give you good, better, best options, take you into an experience. Plus, on top of that, which you saw on CBS Chicago. Yeah. You like my accent? Yep. Okay, good. Then we offer a personalization element.
Really?
So you can personalize the knives. Perfect gift for weddings, birthdays, anniversaries, bar mitzvahs, whatever you want. And then we created this concept. Now, we are a business in Australia. We have over 300 stores in Australia, and we have over 400 in the US.
Wow.
And North America, we're also in South Africa, Denmark, we're also in Chile, so we're all over the world. Yeah. With a concept like this. So we started with the custom chef, which was all about knives, and then once you did knives, we went into cookware. But the exciting part, which I want to show you some kitchen bling, which is, if you could ever feel that, is we have what's called the egg block.
This is my favorite.
Yes.
This is gorgeous.
This? Really?
No, I don't know it, but when you were explaining, I was looking at this one up here.
So do you want to see how it works?
I do want to see how it works.
Okay, ready? Watch. Click this, and then lift it up.
Whoa. Now, what is this here?
So this is straw.
Wow.
But this is the kitchen bling, because everyone's doing a lot in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Communication, family, dinners, all of that kind of stuff.
I love that.
So we're in Macy's, we're in Crate & Barrel, we're in Sonoma. Yep. From knives, we went to cookware. And then we bring you over to the cook shop.
Cook shop. He's taking us to the cook shop, you guys, from Cuisine Pro.
So all about Cuisine Pro, the brand, the cook shop, and then we have over 9 different brands of cookware. So non-stick, stainless steel, and ceramic non-stick.
I was going to ask that.
Yes. And then we also offer, so in Australia we have our own stores, and we have over 6,000 SKUs. And we've chosen the accessories, gadgets that go with the cookware. And you can buy loose cookware or you can buy sets. And because we also manufacture, we can create amazing pricing. And we offer really good pricing. And we have what's called high-low pricing and also every day, but where some of the stock is on sale half of the month and we swap it. But what's really exciting is we've also got cast iron.
I love cast iron.
Yes. Okay. So this is the strongest.
Because you can pass that down.
It is heavy.
It is heavy.
Right. Like it is heavy, but also the quality is unbelievable. We have the color ranges. Yes.
Look at that, you guys. This is very, very
And what
heavy.
we're also trying to do inside the different stores is creating a bit more fun with pasta and sauces, a bit more emotional.
The color is extraordinary.
And there's more colors around the front.
Really?
So you can get a feel.
You guys, that's just a little snippet from our guy, Jeremy, who is a representative for Cuisine Pro. He's amazing. Thank you so much for the amazing show and representation and information that we got about Cuisine Pro and everything that they have. It was such an amazing opportunity to talk to you, and I cannot wait to work with you more. Of course, you guys, make sure you check out the YouTube channel and our website to see the actual interview visually so you can see what I touched, what I felt, what actually happened at the Inspired Home Show. Next up, I have an amazing interview with the daddy of the Scrub Daddies. You guys, you know those smiley sponges? You know your favorite little sponge that has a smiley face with those two little eye holes and you're wondering how to use it? The Scrub Daddy. Yes, well, I met the inventor himself, the CEO, the founder, and he explained the story behind it, and I want you to take a listen. All right, you guys, it's your girl Savannah Justine here with Real Talk Radio. I have the Scrub Daddy himself, Aaron.
The daddy of the Scrub Daddy. If I was a Scrub Daddy, I'd be a bright yellow smiling sponge, but I'm the daddy of the Scrub Daddy.
Daddy of the Scrub Daddies, and he's the one who created the viral sponge that you can use for literally everything. Now, please tell me, what made you invent this? What was the inspiration?
So the real inspiration, it comes from two things. The first is that I was taught at a young age, the way I thank my mom for cooking the meal is I do the dishes, I'm an expert dishwasher. And the second thing is I couldn't stand stinky, moldy sponges.
Me neither.
But what I was really trying to invent back in 2000 was a better way to scrub my hands clean. And so I started out trying different brushes and different soaps, and none of them worked, like Lava or Gojo. They made my hands dry out. So I started experimenting with different materials that I was familiar with, and one of them is polyester urethane foam. Will, can you grab me that sponge? Will, can you grab me the Scrub Daddy, please? And so one day I started experimenting with this incredible material that I found in Germany. And at first I made a rectangular shape to scrub my hands, but it was hard to hold it. So I cut a circle. A lot of people don't know this, but Scrub Daddy is my hand.
Really?
That's exactly why it's that size.
Wow.
So anyway, that was great. I could hold it and it scrubbed my hands incredibly well.
Yeah.
Problem was, I didn't want to get around my fingers like this, so I cut a hole so I could just clean my fingers like this.
Clean your fingers.
And then I wanted to get underneath my fingernails, so I cut some ridges, but this was a little bit hard to hold, so I made 2 holes, and then I could just go like this. And the next thing you know, we had 2 eyes and some hair, and it looked like a little face. We named it Scrub Daddy, and I tried to sell it to body shops and mechanics and detail shops. That's who my customers were at the time. Nobody cared and no one wanted it, and it died. In 2006, we shelved the project, put it in a box, labeled it scrap, and it sat there until 2011 when my wife started to nag me to clean the lawn furniture. And I took a traditional, what I call now, Scratch Brite sponge, and I started scrubbing the lawn furniture and it took the paint off. And my wife is screaming at me, "You're ruining our furniture." I thought, okay, I gotta stop with this. What am I gonna use? I remembered a box of scrap sponges that I had. I took it home and I started scrubbing the lawn furniture. I never experienced a sponge that scrubbed better. And the miraculous thing was, I made a bucket of warm soapy water because it was 50 degrees out. And I dunked this in a bucket of warm soapy water, and it went completely soft.
Really?
And I was like, what is that? But as I started scrubbing, because it was 50 degrees out, it crystallized in my hand and became very hard. The harder it got, the better it scrubbed. Every time I dunked it in, the softer it got, everything rinsed out of it. And I was like, what is this? Well, that one sponge did all the lawn furniture and looked like that at the end of it.
Wow, that's the best part of Scrub Daddy. That's the reason why I love them.
Rinse is clean, never smells, right? Odor and stain resistant. Anyway, that night, I told you I love washing dishes, right?
Yeah.
That night, I'm washing the dishes, and I see it sitting there. And I said, let me try that. So I started scrubbing with it, and I was like, you know what? There's some baked-on spaghetti sauce here. Let me make the temperature a little colder, and it scrubbed it right off, and then everything rinsed out of it. Wow. And I was like, oh my God, this thing is incredible. Now I start looking for like the failure point. Where is this gonna fail? Can you bring me the mug, please? So I start looking around, and I realize the failure point. So here's the problem with it. With Scrub Daddy, you hold the sponge on the outside. We already discussed that. It's my hand.
Yeah.
So you can't get into cups and bowls and mugs, and that's why this is gonna... Hold on a second. There's 2 eye holes. Why would I hold the sponge? This can get all the way into the bottom and clean the sides at the same time. Wait, why would anyone hold on to a sponge when the sponge could hold on to... Hold on a second. Let's think about what's in our sink and in our kitchen.
Yes.
Bowls, cups, mugs, coffee pots, muffin tins, plates. What do they all have in common?
Circles.
They're all circles. They're all round. Why are we using rectangular sponges?
Why are
This is stupid. Oh my God. If I cut a smile in this thing, I could clean the silverware on both sides.
You could.
I grab a knife, I cut a smile, I put the spoon in, I squeeze, I pull it out, and the angels start to sing. And that's the story of how Scrub Daddy was born.
I love it. Aaron, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Scrub Daddy himself.
Daddy of the Scrub Daddy.
Scrub Daddy, the Scrub Daddy. Period. You need to get you one. Thanks. All right, you guys, those were some of the interviews from the 2026 Inspired Home Show. I hope you all enjoyed. Next week, I'm going to be sharing a few more because spring doesn't end in a week, of course. Me and Jenny Klaus are going to have a great conversation about some of the top favorite things that we saw at the show that we know consumers would like to have. As always, this is, entertainment. This is something for you to enjoy. So if you don't like some of these things, you don't have to pick them. It's not a requirement. But you guys, these are some amazing things that I saw at the show that I wanted to share with you all that I know are going to be very important in some of our homes. Many of us are going to be new homeowners, and we don't know the proper cookware to buy. We don't know the proper dishwashers to buy. We don't know the proper organization things for our closet. This show really showed me what I can show you all and tell you all about what you all can do with your home. But the next thing we're going to talk about for this week's show is water. You all know how much I care about the environment. It is so important to me because this is the only earth that we have, you guys. As we know, for now, this is the only place on earth, only place in the universe, that we can go, that we can live comfortably and it not be a strain on our age, our body, or our mind. And you guys, if we don't take care of the earth is definitely going to take care of us, if you know what I mean. So we're going to be talking with Dr. Emily Fairfax. She was an advisor on the new Pixar film, Hopper, that has just come out. You guys, you need to go out and see it. I'm going to go see it this weekend, and I'm going to give you a report back on it because I've been hearing some interesting things about this movie. But she was an advisor on the movie to talk about how beavers are a very important part to our environment and how they are a pivotal role in floods and droughts. You guys, let's take a listen to this interview. Welcome back to Real Talk Radio. It is your host, Savannah Justine, where we keep it real, relevant, and rooted in community. Now listen, we are going to talk about our future, our health, our neighborhoods, and even our economy. It all comes back to one thing that we sometimes take for granted: water. With World Water Day right around the corner, today's conversation is all about understanding just how critical water is in our everyday lives and how nature itself may already have the solutions we may be looking for. Joining us today is an environmental scientist and beaver expert, Dr. Emily Fairfax. She is an assistant professor at University of Minnesota, and she's fresh off advising Pixar for their new film that has come out called Hopper. Yes, they made sure they got the science of nature and they got the right engineers and the right understanding of beavers correct. She is here to break down the work with nature, not just go with it, but go help us tackle the flooding, the drought, and the climate change that's happening right now in the communities just like ours. Dr. Fairfax, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Yeah, of course. I'm super happy to be here.
Thank you. Now, let's start here. Why is World Water Day such an important moment for people to really pay attention to? What's happening with our water?
I think World Water Day is really important, especially here in in the Great Lakes region because sometimes we do take our water for granted. We can go see huge amounts of it. We feel like it's always going to be there for us. But even here, we have challenges with our water. We have increasingly tough droughts every summer. We have really big flood events. And we also have some pretty serious water quality issues. A lot of pollution makes its way into our rivers and streams. And World Water Day prompts us to take a look at it and try to figure out what we can do to help.
I love that. You talk a lot about nature-based solutions. Break that down for us. What does that actually mean in real life?
It's a great question. A nature-based solution is really just us finding any way we can to partner with nature. A lot of our water challenges are really big challenges. It's stuff that is maybe actually too big for us to deal with on our own. So we find ways to make nature our partner and our ally and to support it so nature can heal itself and the rivers can be healthier and keep themselves healthier without us constantly having to micromanage that water.
I love that. That is amazing, and I really think people should learn more about that. Now, I have to ask, beavers, how are these animals exactly helping to solve major environmental problems like floodings and droughts?
Yeah, it doesn't always feel super intuitive when you first say beavers and flooding and drought and climate change, like they're the partner and the hero, but they really are. We have lost somewhere between 50 and 90% of our historical wetlands across the United States, including here in the Great Lakes region. And there are only two things that build wetlands, and that's people and beavers. So we have enough on our plate. We could trust the beavers to go out and build more wetlands and to restore that. And that creates so much habitat for all sorts of different species. That cleans the water, that slows the water down. Beavers are one of the most powerful nature-based solutions, and every beaver is going to be engineering somewhere about half a mile to a mile of stream. So you don't actually need a ton of beavers to start having really big impacts.
Wow, that is amazing. Now, what are some examples of communities that are already using these nature-based solutions successfully so other communities can follow suit?
We actually do see quite a bit of partnering with beavers in Illinois and in Wisconsin and in Minnesota. There's a lot of grassroots organizations that have helped us figure out how do we welcome beavers back into our urban environments, our suburban environments, our wilderness, our farmland. There's the Illinois Beaver Alliance that provides all sorts of information specifically to how we can partner with beavers in the Chicago metro area. It's actually kind of a surprising amount of people have thought about this already because people care about beavers. We see them as a really powerful way forward and also something we have a lot of hope in.
Yes, I love that. I really love that. I'm so excited to see the movie Hoppers. I'm going to be seeing that this weekend. And you recently worked with Pixar on the movie. What was that experience like, and why was it so important for you to make sure that they got the science right?
It was such a surreal and incredible experience. I never thought that working with a movie studio would be part of my job as a professor. But there I was, and I was asked about 5 years ago to give a talk to Pixar about beavers. And then they asked for another talk, and then another talk. And then they asked, could I take their artists out into the field and show them what beaver wetlands are really like firsthand so they can capture it. And then I saw early versions of the movie and got to point out, this is scientifically accurate, or maybe this part could use some work. And they listened, like the artists, the directors, the writers, they listened so carefully. And as I watched this movie develop, it was really accurate. Like, there's still movie magic. Beavers don't wear crowns. But the parts that matter were true. The beavers being a keystone species, the beavers supporting people, the beavers protecting us, all of that is true to real beavers.
Wow. Now, for listeners who want to be a part of this solution, what are some simple things people can start doing today to help protect our water resources? And where can they learn more information about this World Water Day?
Yeah, small things you can do today. Pick up trash at your local river.
Absolutely.
If we want to make it easier for beavers, let's clean up that water. If we want to make it easier for us, let's clean up that water. You can also do things like just telling people about how important water is. Education still has a long way to go, and every voice matters. If you want to learn more about beavers specifically, you can check out my website at emilyfairfaxscience.com. And if you want to learn about beavers as a nature-based solution or other nature-based solutions you might get involved with, you can visit the Walton Family Foundation's website at waltonfamilyfoundation.org/nature.
Wow, this is such an important conversation, and honestly, this is one we do not hear enough. With everything coming with the rise of different computer and data centers and AI, you never know how much water we're really going to have, and there's only a small percentage of water in the world that we can actually drink. Big thank you to Dr. Emily Fairfax for joining us today and reminding us that sometimes the smartest solutions are not new technology. They are already happening in nature. As we head into World Water Day, let this be your reminder that protecting our water means protecting our future, our homes, our health, and the next generation. So if you want to learn more about this, please go to the waltonfamilyfoundation.org/nature. And you already know this is Real Talk Radio, where we keep the conversation expectations real. Thank you so much, Doctor.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
All right, you guys, that was Dr. Emily Fairfax discussing her important role in the Pixar film Hopper and discussing why World Water Day is so important. You guys, we only have a small percentage of water that's drinkable, which means if we lose that small percentage, that means we're not going to be here much longer. So please check out the information on World Water Day. Check out the movie. I cannot wait to give you a report back next week. And we're going to get into my new favorite segment. I don't know what to call it yet, but I'm super excited. I've been getting some letters from you guys in my mail, and it's so cool. You guys want to talk to me, and you guys want to ask for advice and stuff. I didn't know people still did that. I love it. So I'm going to read one that was really, really good. I'm not going to say her name, but I'm just going to sign it. I'm going to sign it feeling stuck. So she says, "Hey, Savannah, I've been listening to Real Talk Radio, and I finally got the courage to say something because I heard you can write in. I'm in my late 20s, and from the outside, it looks like I'm doing everything right. I have a stable job, I show up for my family, and I try to keep everything together. But the truth is, I'm feeling a bit stuck. I'm not happy with my career. I'm scared to leave because it's the most money I've ever made, and I have a passion for something completely different. But starting over feels embarrassing and risky. On top of that, I feel like everybody around me is moving forward, getting married, buying homes, and leveling up, and I'm just here. How do you know when it's time to take a risk and choose happiness over security? And how do you stop comparing your journey to everyone else's? Signed, feeling stuck." Girl, I feel you. I don't know what to tell you. To be honest with you, life is the speed that you make it. We are not in competition with anybody. So don't worry about while everybody else is moving. It's not necessarily moving forward. They're just moving in their speed of their timeline. Don't think of it as a trajectory that you have to get to. Just think of it as an experience that you want. And if you want to move into something new, but you don't want to leave your job just yet, I totally understand. Job security is so important. But I think you need to carve out one day a week where you do something that you want to do and you don't take any excuse to not do it. So I would say on a Thursday or on a Sunday, go out and do a hobby that you really want to do, whether it's like rug tufting or a pottery class or maybe an art class. Go do something that you actually want to do and get immersed into that. And maybe you can find your new passion. Sometimes people just need a new hobby. They don't necessarily need to change their job. They just need something to keep them excited and keep them going. Our life is not about working. More importantly, it's about living life. You didn't wake up, you're not living to work. You understand what I mean? You just work to live. And that's it. You need the money, go on a vacation, do a little thing, but don't make your entire life about work because that's when you lose yourself. I love what you asked me, and honestly, for me personally, I would just say, keep moving, girl. Do something that you want to do once a week, find you a new little hobby, and focus on you. Don't worry about everybody else because there are people who are comparing themselves to you who are not doing as well as you, babe. So make sure you worry about what you got going on. Y'all, it's your girl Savannah Justine with Real Talk Radio, bringing you the public affairs that affect you. I am so happy to be able to talk to you like this, and I hope you guys can send in some more letters. Please listen to the show on YouTube because it is on all of the channel's websites and it's on YouTube. So make sure you're checking out the channel. Subscribe, like a video, share it out to your people. But make sure you are tuning in. You guys have a great rest of your Sunday. Stay safe, stay blessed.